All right, welcome to the Spillin the Teacups podcast, episode 1.
Yay.
Your
Episode
hosts.
1.
We are your hosts, Jill
Dawn.
and Lauren.
And
And
Lauren.
we're going to start off with our Disney drink of choice. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Holy cow.
Cheers.
Lauren, what is that cup?
I'm drinking Pog juice in the Be Our Guest cup
Oh my
because I get a souvenir cup everywhere I go, and I blame it on my kids. But
even on our cruise, how many souvenir cups did you come back with?
I came home with 4. No, 7 because
and the ones that you took that I have here.
That's why I said 7. We got some cups.
7 souvenir cups. And I'm the mom who's always like, no, we don't need it.
Oh yeah, my mom yells at me all the time. She's like, your cabinets are filled with crap. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's cute. I use them till they break, and the kids don't care about them. I just use them, and I use them as an excuse to get them.
Right.
Yeah, that one's really cute. I like it.
This drink is so good.
All right, a little history
guys.
Preface, right? We are 3 authorized Disney vacation planners, and we also do Universal. Dawn does everywhere else. So, and we decided to start a podcast. Lauren, why did we start Spillin the Teacups?
I just feel like there's a lot of things about Disney that people don't know, and we do because I'm obsessed with Disney history. And as travel agents, we're constantly learning about the new things going on in the parks and all the details about the hotels and the attractions and the rides. And I feel like there's just so much more to Disney than it just being a quick trip. And there's a lot of people that come home wanting to hear more and wanting to know more, and we know it, so why not share it? I just had this idea one night, like, there's a lot of people doing this, but there's not a lot of people doing it the way I want to do it, so I'm going to do it the way I want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you and I were talking about how many questions we get as travel agents of just little, I guess, like always asking our opinion, right? Always asking our opinion about this hotel or this resort. And between all of us, I think we've knocked out every single Walt Disney World resort.
Pretty much every restaurant.
So we should probably do that one day. Write down all the ones we've been to and see if there's any that we haven't. Because I feel like
I think I've only not stayed at 3 hotels now, or 4 hotels now, and I'm trying to knock them out this year. Like I really think it's just important to be able to stay everywhere and have your own opinion of like what you're selling your client. I mean, I wouldn't want to go somewhere I haven't stayed. And I'm pretty upfront with my clients when they want to book someplace that I don't like. I tell them like, this is, I have other clients that love it there. I didn't have a good experience. This is why. If you still want to stay, great. And most people do still want to stay. That's fine. But I like to always give my opinion because there are some hotels that are better than others. And there's some hotels that are more convenient than others. And I think the 3 of us have a really good perspective because we come from different backgrounds, different family sizes, different like relationships. So we all go to Disney for different reasons. We like Disney for different reasons. So between the 3 of us and like eventually guest hosts, we will be able to really give a really good opinion of everything from the hotels to the restaurants, snacks, attractions, everything. Absolutely. I feel like we can really give a good opinion. And then I'll also throw some little Disney facts in there that you might not care about, but I'll tell you anyway.
And we ask a little public service announcement. We ask everyone for your kindness and your patience with us. This is our first episode, and we want this to be great and amazing. So as we work through the kinks, we ask for your patience and just kindness with us. Okay, so first things first. Lauren, give us a little bit about what's that?
Is anyone going to comment on eating a Dole Whip?
Oh, she's eating Dole Whip. Fun fact about Lauren, she's obsessed with Dole Whips.
Obsessed. Literally, I think
Dole
that's
Whip a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren, you want to start us off? Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure.
Who you are.
I'm Lauren. I am a mother of 3 little boys under 5. I have a small farm with 3 horses, 7 goats, a bunch of chickens and dogs. I work for my family's produce distributor. My father and my grandfather founded the company, and I've been working there for like the last 20 something years. and I love it, but have a real passion for Disney. So I started selling Disney vacations about
Like 2 years now,
maybe
right?
2 years. Yeah, a little over 2 years. It just, I was doing it anyway for all my friends. So, and it was free, and it's a lot of work and a lot of time. So I figured, why not make money off this? Because these animals and these kids cost a lot of money. And so that's how I started. I go to Disney, I don't know now, at least 7 times a year, I would say. I think that I go by myself a lot with like a bunch of girlfriends, and I go with the kids too. So I have a good perspective of both sides of it. Um, I went to school in Montana, so I know a lot about Montana too. And that's probably the only other trip I'd be willing to plan for anybody. Um, and I live in New Jersey. Hopefully not forever. Don't be mad about that, New Jersey people. I don't want to hear it.
Your hate comments.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I sit in traffic for far too long every day. I don't want to hear it. And I collect Disney t-shirts, like good ones, not like crappy ones off at Amazon, like
You
good
need to
ones.
show everybody your closet one day. Like she has it all organized with all her Disney stuff and like one part of the closet, like all beautifully organized and folded and like amazing.
Yeah, a Disney closet. There's like a section for Magic Kingdom shirts, a section for Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom shirts. Really
Crazy.
cool.
I didn't even know that. All right. All
Mhm.
right, Dawn, tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Dawn. I'm originally from New Jersey. That's how I know Lauren. But I moved to Florida in 2019. I always liked Disney, but I was never like huge into it until I moved here. The first year that we lived here, I'm like, we need to get a Disney annual pass. We live here. I live right below Tampa, so it's like an hour and a half away. So my husband's like, okay, we'll do it for 1 year. Well, 1 year is now turning into 5 years. We go to Disney almost every single month. And I love to travel. I love to travel. So that's kind of what got me into the whole travel agency and selling Disney vacations and other things. I have been a social worker for the last 10 years. I work with, right now, I'm working with a lot of homeless families in my surrounding areas, case management and all that kind of stuff. But I always wanted to do something with travel. That's my thing. I love it. I've been to so many different places all over the world. So I'm super passionate about it. And I'm excited to book all of my friends and families their trips. I am married. I have a dog who I love so much. I love the Swan and Dolphin. I stay there all the time. That is my number one. I have a Marriott card and I use all my points to maximize my time so I don't have to spend money when I go there. It's the only Disney resort that is part of like a Marriott, Hilton or stuff like that. So huge. That's where I stay. That's my favorite place. Epcot is my jam. I have eaten at almost every single restaurant, I think, but two in Epcot. So I love when people ask me all those questions about Epcot. Love it. It's my
Trying
favorite. Yeah.
Prying you out of Epcot and getting you to go to another park is like a challenge.
I can't. I just love it. And I think it's part of like the whole around the world experience too, getting to go to all the different countries and they just execute it so beautifully. Like the food is amazing, the drinks are great, they always have bands and stuff going on. It's just, and you can walk there from Swan and Dolphin.
Yeah.
So, and on the way back to Swan and Dolphin, I always hit up the piano bar. Jelly Rolls is one of my favorite places. So me and my husband, I never thought he would like it, but he loves it. He loves it as just as much as I do. So that's always a
I was
huge
going to
win.
ask, how long did it take you to convert him?
It was super fast. And I asked him recently, I'm like, why do you like it? Like, I know he likes it because
The karaoke.
he sees that I like it and it makes me happy, but he loves the food. He's like, the food at Disney, even though it is pricey, it is expensive, some of the places, but it is so good. Like, you're not getting something that's super, super expensive and really gross and nasty. It is always delicious. Like Les Cellier in Canada, Lauren introduced me to that, and I don't even eat red meat. And I go there all the time because the sides are so awesome. And my husband loves it because then he gets to order a steak and he's super excited about that.
Yeah.
So I love it.
And we'll tell you guys what food is super shitty because there are some disgusting things in Disney.
Yeah, I just wrote down we're definitely going to do like an all food episode.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, a couple.
a
I
couple,
got a
yeah,
lot to
a
say.
lot.
We might have to break it down into like parks.
Oh yeah, and like maybe even snack areas because
Or like, oh,
Mama's eating a
we could
lot.
do we could probably talk about this later, but I'm like, we could do like a snack episode. What is our favorite snacks? What is our favorite sit down restaurants? What are our favorite character restaurants? What are our favorite quick services? Yes. So we're gonna have to contemplate that hereafter. Um,
Every single blogger says the same thing about every restaurant. They're like, oh yeah, Ohana, oh
no.
yeah, Chef Mickey's. It's like, okay, well, let me tell you about the good places.
Yeah. All right, a
I just
little
had
bit.
lunch
Okay,
at
Joe.
Steakhouse 71 and it was not good. Just throwing that out there.
No, I heard
Oh
breakfast is
yeah,
the
we'll
best.
talk about that later, but
Okay.
not
Okay.
impressed.
All right. A little bit about me. So I am a Michigan born and raised, and then I went down in 2007 and worked at Walt Disney World, which Dawn Epcot is like my home and so
Oh
much
yeah.
nostalgia. I worked at Honey, I Shrunk the Audience 3D movie and the Journey into
That's so
Imagination with
cool.
Figment, and it was the most boring job ever. However, I cleaned it at the basement of Honey, I Shrunk the Audience housed the only 3D glasses cleaning machine for the entire resort. So in the morning or at night, all of the dirty 3D glasses would be delivered via truck. And I would love when I would have the task of cleaning 3D glasses because it was like the one and only time I could take off my lab coat and I would put it in my iPod. You remember like iPods? Like I had an
Yeah.
iPod and I would put it in my iPod and I would just clean 3D glasses and it was the best. It was the best station.
That
And
is so fun.
I know. And I don't know if you guys have ridden Journey into Imagination with Figment, but the dump, like the exit is
Mhm.
Yeah.
dark and I you stand in the corner. Half the time you don't even know where the cast member is at the exit, but they're tucked away in the corner. And you'd have, so many minutes in between trains, and I would tuck myself in the corner. I would close my eyes because it's dark and the noise constantly, and I would tuck myself in the corner and get like these little increment naps. But
I don't
anyway,
know how you dealt with being around that song. Like,
nonstop.
I
Yeah.
literally, before you sent me the Zoom link, in between our FaceTime and the Zoom link, I ordered a flag by my favorite merchandise company, Oswald and Sons, and it says "One little spark of imagination." It's like the whole quote.
Yeah.
I ordered it for the boys' room. It's so cute, but now it's in my head, and now it's
Yeah.
gonna be in my head. It
It's
never goes away.
nonstop. It's nonstop. So yeah, I worked at Disney in 2007 and then I went back. I fell in love and then I went back to Michigan for like a semester and I was like, I hate doing long distance. And then I moved down to Georgia and I have where my ex-husband is from. So I have been down in Georgia going on 15 years. This winter will be 15 years that I've been down here. So it's been I will never get rid of the Michigan in me, but I have been southernized. I have two little kids. I have two little kids. We are Disney Vacation Club members and we go down to Disney. Gosh, I used to go down to Disney maybe 3, 4 times a year, at least two. Like pre-COVID, I was going down to Disney probably 2 to 4 times a year. And now one, maybe two. But since
It's
I've
okay.
been
You're already on 2 this year.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. You're right. I will.
you
And
should say that. How did we meet, Jill? On the Wish. Best time ever.
we did. So we are all travel agents and we were all on a travel agent trip, right? To kind of get us all on the Wish and we can learn all about the Wish. And it was such an educational um
Experience.
it's such an educational
We
trip. But we
we
met
did a
each
lot of
other.
research. Yeah, we were actually the first people. You were the first person we met. Me and Dawn were like outside the conference room, so nervous, and everybody was giving us the meanest looks. I was like, no one's nice. I'm so scared to meet anybody. We went in and we sat at the table like right in the front because I had to be like a student, and we sat down, and then you were like, is anyone sitting here? And you were the first person we met. And then you were the first person we saw on the cruise again that night. So
I
Yeah.
know.
it just, yeah.
And
Out of
it
all
just
the
so
people, which
happened our rooms were literally
Like next
two
door
doors
to each
down.
other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Dawn and I weren't going on the Wish. Like we said, no, we can't come, we can't go. I didn't want to take off work, like, you know, because a lot of these times, it falls during the week, and I don't want to take off for my job to, you know, for my other job.
Yeah.
It's not fair. So but my father's my boss. He was so supportive about it. He's like, no, you know, you have a lot of clients going on this trip. You have to go check out that ship. You can't go. You
Mhm.
can't send somebody to do something that you don't know anything about. So I messaged our manager, and she was like, yeah, there's no openings. It's sold out. We were so bummed, because then we had our heart set on going. And then a couple days later, they're like, somebody canceled. We have one open room, and we ended up getting it. And we were 2 doors down from
It
you, which
was
is
like
just crazy.
2 or 3 weeks before.
No way.
Yeah.
You tell me
Yeah,
that.
like 2 or 3
We had
weeks
like no
before.
time.
She's like, should we just go? I'm like, we're going. I told my husband, I'm like, we're going. Me and Lauren are going on the Disney
Oh
Wish.
my God. You guys,
Sorry.
like that is fate to me.
Yeah.
Of like
And we
how
also
it all
all
worked.
worked out.
Mhm.
Yeah. We had such a good time on the Wish too. Like that's something we'll
Oh,
definitely do an episode
I loved
about down
it.
the
Yeah.
line. But that
I love
was
it.
just, I mean, loved it. I'm not a cruise person. I mean, I've been on a million cruises, but I'm not like, it's not really my thing. Crowds really, ironically, even though I love Disney, aren't really my thing. And I didn't feel like that at all on the cruise. It was so much fun. We had the best time, but we'll save that for like another episode, because we have a lot to tell you about the Wish and the other ships.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
right.
So I think like going forward, we're going to just tell you guys all about, you know, everything there is about Disney. We will tell you. We are going to go over all the hotels, our reviews of the hotels and the restaurants in the hotels, the transportation to and from the parks from each hotel. That's a big one. I'll
Run
be able to give
Disney.
you Run
Me and Lauren are
Disney.
huge on Disney.
We are. And maybe for the next episode, I'll get all these medals that I've accumulated over the last couple of years up, because they're all hanging on a hanger in my closet. I literally do these runs
Me
for the
too.
medals, and they're all hanging in my closet.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't even know. I have 3 of them, and I don't even know where 2 of them are.
yeah, my first one, the kids lost for like a good year. I was devastated, but I found it. Yeah, so we'll go over that with you guys. We're gonna go over, you know, best ways to avoid crowds. We're gonna go over like all the tips and tricks that you need to know for your vacation. Like, you know, people are always saying like, how come you never wait on lines? Like we've got a whole layout of what rides to go on first, what ways to enter the parks, which may or may not be popular. Dawn, I know where you enter. Jill, Mexico or Canada?
What do you mean? Which way I go first?
Yeah, at Epcot.
Oh, I- it depends. It's a 50-50. Sometimes I go Canada, sometimes I go Mexico.
Okay, all right.
I
We
always
always
go
enter.
Canada.
Yeah, because
Everybody
my
hates it.
favorite spot.
I love starting in Canada and ending in Mexico with a margarita. Like that's just me though.
And where all the drunk people are starting, so it's like perfect. You kind of avoid
Yeah.
like drunken mess, and
Yeah.
like also you have to eat Canada first, because Canada has the best food.
Yeah.
I also just love Canadians. So
We'll have to touch base on that, because I have differing opinion.
okay. Yeah, I want to
All
hear
right,
everybody's
but
opinions.
yeah, so this is episode 1. We're going to kick off our resort series next, and we'll go into probably food and Disney Cruise Line and all that jazz. So if you want to find more about us, you can find us on Spillin the Teacups on Instagram, right? And we'll drop everything for our viewers, listeners. We'll drop all of that in the description below to find us, as well as booking vacations. So either 3 of us are authorized Disney vacation planners. We also do Universal. So go ahead and shoot us a message.
I do not.
I love Harry Potter, just throwing it out there.
I do not.
We're gonna have to do a Universal episode too.
Oh, we are. I have a Harry Potter tattoo.
Yes.
I have a Harry Potter tattoo. I love Harry Potter World.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do it, Lauren, and you're gonna have to suck it up and listen.
I know that, and we're gonna drag her
that
one
episode.
day. We'll drag her to Universal.
Oh, I used to go all the time with my 2 best friends who are like these like 7-foot tall guys covered in tattoos, and it's so funny to watch them walk around like kids in a theme park. I used to go all the time with them. I love it, but I just don't. It's not my passion. I don't know enough about it to want to sell it to people. Like, how what I said before, I don't want to sell someone something I haven't done or I don't know enough about. So for me, it's like, this will tie into, we're going to end every episode, but with a quote from Walt Disney or a quote from Bob Iger. And this one is what he said in his book, The Journey of a Lifetime, which is an amazing book. I don't read and I love this book. And he said, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Ladies. Have a great day, night, evening, whatever you are. All right, guys. We'll see ya.
We'll see ya.